guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me. If you're new, welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below as well as the little bell so you get a notification every time I post a new video. If you are not new, then thank you once again for clicking on today's video. So as you guys can tell by the title, I just wanted to sit down and kind of go more into an in-depth video on the big changes that are going to be taking place in 2018. So if you guys watched my last vlog and you guys saw the special announcement, you guys will know that starting in January, I will be going back to school. So if you guys are interested in hearing more about what's taking place, what I'm going to be studying, well, you guys already know that I'm going back to NP school. So if you guys are interested in hearing why I chose the particular route that I chose and a little bit more about funding and things like that, because you guys know that I am actually active duty military if you guys follow my channel. So if you guys are interested in hearing why I chose the particular track that I chose, funding, like pretty much all the ins and outs and things of that nature, then please keep watching. Okay guys, so first and foremost, I will be going back to school starting in January for my NP degree. I chose nurse practitioner over CRNA because it's something that I personally wanted to do. So I had the opportunity of doing some shadowing back when I was at Mayo Clinic, and then talking to CRNAs and both NPs, and then working alongside NPs back at Mayo. I was just like, you know, I really feel like NP is more my speed. It's more of what I want to do. I don't want to be a bedside nurse all of my life. And yes, I know CRNA is like the top thing. Everybody's like, oh, I want to, especially if you're in the critical care setting, oh, I want to go back for CRNA. Don't get me wrong, CRNA is awesome. You can do OR, you can do outpatient, things like plastic surgeon's office. Like there's lots of areas for CRNAs to work in. But I personally just did not want to go that route. So I wanted to stick with the NP track. Now when it comes to the NP track, we all know that there are tons of specialties to work in for NP. You have acute care, family, mental health, neonatal, like there's tons of NP tracks. So for me, when it came to trying to choose the specialty, I was kind of torn between family and acute care. So we all know family, you look at the whole lifespan. Whereas acute care, it's those that are 18 and older and more of that acute setting. And I would, of course, more still be working in the hospital setting, where family, you're more of like clinics and outpatient facilities and things of that nature. However, in the ICU, I have worked with family nurse practitioners before. But ultimately for me, and even looking into the future, because I like critical care and I just really like the scope of practice that acute care nurse practitioners deal with, I wanted to stick with that, so that's what I chose. So my NP track is the adult gerontology acute care nurse practitioner route, and the school that I'm actually going to is one of 182 schools in the nation that actually offer the BSN to DNP track. So I'm actually going for my DNP degree. So at some point I will reach enough credits to actually have a master's, but I'll still be in the same program to keep going. And by the time I graduate, I'll actually have a DNP. So I'll take more of the, so I'll end up doing like a thesis, like a DNP project. So my whole program is a DNP based program. So the school that I'm going to, like I said, is one of like 182 schools in the nation that actually offer a specific BSN to DNP track. So that was another thing that I was looking at. It was like, I think of like 2020, they were like, oh, we would like our advanced practice nurses to have like be doctorally prepared or whatever. I'm like, seriously, that's not going to happen by 2020. But knowing my personality, if I went to school and got my master's, I would want to go back to get my DNP. So when I started looking at going back to school, I was like, if I can knock it out together and get like a package deal, that's what I wanted to do. So the schools that I was looking at when I was applying, I did apply to a couple schools that were BSN to MSN, but I tried to focus on the ones that had, because I didn't want to waste my time, of course. So there were some that offered the BSN to DNP track, but you had to focus a lot of your time on campus, and that's something that I knew that I could not do right now. So when I found the one that really had more of the classes online, and I knew that I didn't have to show up on campus but like a couple of times throughout my whole tenure of being in school, I was like, this is the one that I really wanted to go for. So I talked to everybody that I had write me letters of recommendation. I was like, this is what I'm going for. Can you write me a letter of recommendation? So I submitted all my information. I paid my application fee, like everything. And I was sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And I finally got the news that I was accepted, and I'm so happy. So I'm not going to discuss my particular school just for privacy reasons, but I will continue to make videos and talk to you guys about my process and how things are going. So like I said, I am going for the acute care NP track. I am going part-time. It is the BSN to DNP track. So starting in January, I'll be taking just 2 classes right offhand. And so yeah, I am so excited, guys. So when it comes to like job outlook and job prospects and things like that, especially if you want to pursue an advanced degree, and especially NP, because nurses that are going back for NP degrees, like that has grown exponentially in the number of years, like nurses that are wanting to go back specifically to be a nurse practitioner. So my advice to you, if you're watching, if you're a nurse and you want to go back to school for CRNA or NP, if you can, try to talk to both, try to shadow both if you're able to, and really try to get that experience between the two. And if you're torn between NP specifically, try to talk to those specific specialties like family, mental health, acute care. Try to just weigh in and talk to someone, you know, that has that specific specialty, and just try to, you know, get the best opinion that you can between the two. You know, NPs that have acute care degrees and they have not been able to get jobs because there might be pediatrics involved. So you just really have to weigh in and find what works best for you. And when it comes to applying for jobs and job outlooks, you really have to look at the criteria and make sure that your degree is going to line up with the specifications of the job that you're looking for. So that's my advice as far as that aspect. So when it comes to me and when it comes to funding for school and the military, because you guys know that the military pays for your school, I am in between using tuition assistance and the post 9/11 GI Bill. So tuition assistance pays $250 per credit hour for a max of $4,500 fiscal year. So what I'm doing is using a little bit of tuition assistance first and foremost before I even tap into my post 9/11 GI Bill, because right now I'm kind of letting my post 9/11 GI Bill accumulate. Because if you guys do research, if you know anything about post 9/11 GI Bill, it accumulates over time based on your years in service. So I don't want to start using my post 9/11 GI Bill because I would only be using it to about 40% of its capacity. So right now I'm using tuition assistance, but I can also start using my GI Bill if I wanted to in conjunction with tuition assistance. So for you guys that are watching, if you do want to join the military and start using your Montgomery GI Bill, you have to at least have been in service for 90 days before you can start. So that's the only stipulation when it comes to joining the military and using the GI Bill for your education. So like I said, I'm able to use my GI Bill now if I wanted to. I'm going to kind of let it wait and linger in the back and just kind of accumulate a little bit. So right now, starting off, I'm just going to be using my tuition assistance. I'm going to try to stay away from student loans, of course, and then I have some scholarships that are kind of piling up that I'll be using as well. So right now, your girl is set. Everything is in the works, and like I said, I'll do some haul videos later as far as like school supply hauls. It's not going to be like a crazy massive video because all my classes are going to be online, but I am going to do some back to school shopping. So I'll have some of those videos out later as well. But I just want to sit down and talk to you guys about my specific specialty, my specific track, like how funding is going to happen and things of that nature, because I know a lot of you guys have questions about that too. So that's pretty much what the basis of this video is about. And if you guys have questions, you guys know that you can reach out to me in the comment section. You can message me on Snapchat. Preferably you can message me in the DM on Instagram. Slide your questions on in the DM on Instagram, and that's the best place to reach me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next one.